Hey guys! So, here back with another music recap for the monthly music recap. This one shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna yap about one song a lot, but I mean, of course I am. So, for my top albums, I only have one. I was listening to less albums this month, I realized, and the one I listened to the most was While We Wait 2 by Kalani. It was the new project. I wanted to see what was going on, basically. And I do like this project. I don't like it as much as the original, but I do enjoy it, and it does have some nice moments. So, are any of these songs some of Kalani's best? No. No. But I like them, so yeah, I was just getting more of a feel for the project this month. For top artists, I got Victoria Monet. Listen to Jaguar 2. I listened to a lot of her singles. I noticed that I listened to a lot of her singles just throughout the days and the month. She's a very talented young lady. I just really enjoy her style, her cadence, her voice. In the weekend, getting hyped for the album, sang basically every word after hours. Need to go back and listen to some older music, but I've been listening to a lot of his music, like standalone songs and then albums. I'm getting excited for the project. I don't know when it's coming out, but we got two new singles this month, so yeah, I was a bit all over it. And now, that was very quick, but let's go to top August songs. I only got one, and that is Dancing in the Flames by The Weeknd. And if you don't know already, I have notes here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So I can figure out what I'm going to say or what I have planned to say. This, as a song to me, it's alluring. It's upbeat despite its lyrical premise and lyrical foreground. Which we'll get to in a second. We will get to in a second. And I just think it's an earworm. And it doesn't feel like an extension of Dawn FM or After Hours. I mean, it still has that poppy synthetic vibe that both projects do have, but it's not like, it doesn't sound like this would be like this doesn't sound like this was a cut from Dawn FM, like maybe like a unreleased song or a song that just didn't make the cut for the project. It doesn't sound like that. It's the same type of music, but I feel like lyrically we've reached kind of not new ground, but we reached different ground here. And I just think, to me, it's a welcome lead single. Is it better than Blinding Lights from After Hours? No. Is it better than Take My Breath? Debatable. I didn't like... If we're just talking about, like, the original Take My Breath, I do think this song is more enjoyable. But this is probably the second best lead single. If we're going a ranking and trilogy, I put it at number 2. Okay, now when it comes to lyrical premises, we'll get into that right now. This song is basically about taking risks and falling in love. Which is interesting because the common theme with Abel's music is he struggles. Well, I'll say The Weeknd, because Weeknd and Abel, we've deciphered, are two different people. Because this is going to be the last project for him as The Weeknd, so I'll call him The Weeknd because that's the persona we're using here. What a common theme is in The Weeknd's music is the struggling with the concept of love and the idea of having a love that's worth fighting for, or just fighting for it in general, rather than sabotaging it, running away, or just plain giving up. But I know that he might have covered this in different songs, but here it feels... Here he uses car metaphors to refer to this dangerous, alluring love. Just comparing the rush or the longing of seeing them as a crash when they're switching lanes, indicating rashness. But if I miss the break, we're dancing in the flames. Which also means he's plenty aware of how much potential disaster the demise of their relationship could bring. The flame being embracing the overall chaotic nature of the relationship, masked by a deeply passionate love affair. Verse 2, he's basically saying, Jesus, take the wheel, like, as he, like, tells his lover to be the driver, he's the passenger princess in this situation. Okay, he doesn't actually say that, but the imagery is there to support the statement. Towards, like, the end, us as Weeknd fans are alarmed by the use of ambulance. Now, after long, he pleads, so, just have faith in me. which makes me ponder its placement amongst the future track lists that we have not seen is unreleased at the moment. Especially since like this small high in The Weeknd's like life is just being neutered by Sirens again. It also leaves us curious if in this project will this tormented character finally find peace and lean into his faith and clutch it for dear life. And after hours, he admits to his unfortunate loss of faith. In Dawn FM, he fights it to keep it. And in his new track, he pleads for our patience after reaching new lows in his previous effort, though not to discredit his growth in recognizing his errors and guilt towards the end. And then we continue to think, and like just off of this, it just makes us think, but is it too late? Is it too late for us to give him our patience, especially after we've seen him struggle 2 projects, basically his whole career, but if we're talking about just the trilogy, the last 2 projects just with keeping that faith or just freaking having the will to keep the faith and not just to give in to sins and wrongdoings. This is a big question that Abel begs us to the lead up to his last project in this, The Weeknd persona, which we become so familiar with. And I know I just yapped a whole lot, went to Yap City with this one, but as a Weeknd fan, I have a lot of questions, and I noticed lyrical similarities, and I noticed lyrical themes, premises. I'm a big nerd. And I just noticed these, and I know these aren't on accident. These are on accident, because if you know The Weeknd is a storyteller. His albums are conceptual pieces, and you can say that they're not the deepest conceptual pieces, and they're not. They're truly not, but they do tell a story and a tale if you care to listen and look for it. On to my top songs that are, let me decipher, these are the top songs for me this month, not that came out this month, that's the difference. First I got Pin by Lucky Daye. Ooh. Pin is just, tell me where you go and tell me where you've been. It's no drop a pin. The melodies, the backdrop, I just like how the song feels like a bit, not larger than life, but like a bit larger when it comes to Lucky Daye's music, especially on this album. For me, this felt like a larger song, more presence here. I felt more of a presence by the singer here. And I just like how it's so fun. I just think it's fun. Just go drop a pin, tell me where you've been. I just think it's a fun kind of love story here, where it's like, come find me, come drop a signal. Come drop like a text. I don't know. Come drop something. Basically, it's a pin. But it's like, come alert me. Let me come to you. It's like kind of a chase here, and I kind of think it's fun. Next, I got Hot to Go by Chappelle Rowan. I remember I heard this song last year when it first came out, and I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. And listening to it again this year after it's gone viral, it does make me realize I do like this song more than I originally thought. It's very fun. I like the theming. I didn't know what it was about at first. I was just like, okay, sure. But like, I listened to it, I think on my second or third listen this year, I was like, oh, basically I'm hot to go. Lesbian stuff. It's just such it's fun. It's very poppy. It's very, like, with the frickin' spelling, very Fergie-esque here. It's a fun bop. I could see why it went viral. I could see why there's a dance to it. I can see why this was the song that kind of catapulted her. It's the stardom this year. It's fun. It's like some cheerleader chant. Why not? Cheerleader chant about lesbian things. Next I have Proud to Be Your Girl by Layla Samia again. Oh my god. I can't pronounce things. I talked about this last season, what the frick. I have my own show, apparently. I talked about this last month, but I still do deeply enjoy this song, and it's just a fun love tribute. I do like the song, and if you haven't heard of her, check her out. Not the most, she's not reinventing the genre of R&B, but she is contributing positively to it, and I would check her out if I were you. Next, I got Step On Me by the Cardigans. Oh, I think you're stepping on my hand. Think of you every day. I like lyrical theming. I enjoy the whole love struck vibe here. We're going for like a lovey-dovey, like a puppy love kind of thing, where it's like it's like you're not, it's kind of like a dilemma of I am really lovesick for you, but then there's also like I think you're like stepping on me. Get off of me. But it's also like a willingness to give themselves, to give for this person, to give themselves away to this person by saying, do what you want to do. Go on and step on me. Like, she's fully committed and just like, just wreck me. Step on me. Give me some bruises. Not physical, more emotional bruising. I'm sure that's what this means here. I don't listen to a lot of Cardigans. I've heard a few. I've heard one of their projects. No, wait, that's someone else. Have I heard? I personally enjoy this more than Loveful when we're talking about their bigger hits. I just like the more, it's a bit, this vibe here feels a bit darker and it feels a little lyrically complex, but not too lyrically complex, but it's more captivating to me. I just love singing along to this song. I love the instrumentation. It sucks me. And that's one of my favorite parts is the instrumentation, the build-ups, giving me a larger than life angle, sound. It's fun. I like this one. Next I got New to You by Calvin Harris featuring Tinashe. I think Offset's on here. Normani. Okay. This song is just vibes. This is one of the best songs Calvin Harris has released up to lately. Tinashe has so much charisma, and I'll say Offset does ride this beat. And then Normani's vocals, just string it all together, string the chorus. Beautiful way to open up the instrumental. I'm really bad at that, but it's a nice vibe. It's a nice summer vibe. I would listen to this chilling. I've never been in a hot tub, but I would just be like this, chilling. Like, no, this song is just, it's a fun vibe, and I like the lyrics of, I think you might love me, baby. I love the confidence there. It's very fun. I like the little braggadocio we got going on here. Yeah, I freaking want to listen to this right now. Just thinking about it. Next, I got Past Lives by Kesha. Ugh. I've never expressed it on this channel, but I love the idea of having a past life and kind of just trying to explore or think or ponder, who were you in your past life? And is the person that you're with now, are they your soulmate? Just like your permanent soulmate, like your souls, like you pass, find a new body, but your souls always come back to each other. It's just such a sweet concept, and the song does make me a bit emotional thinking about, I could have that, or I could have that in the future, or I have it right now, like whatever. It's just such a cute idea of I'll always, like this song is basically, Kesha has two songs like this. Past Lives is the one off Warrior, the older one. Then she also has Finding You on Rainbow, but I personally enjoy this one just because I feel like Finding You is a poppier refinement of the song. And not to say this isn't poppy, I feel like it has more flavor. And I just feel like lyrically it makes me more emotional, and I like the softer tone approach here until it gets to the end, but it's mostly a softer vibe. And I like the vocals, the vocal line, and it's just such a sweet, sweet, tender moment on this project, which I don't really enjoy overall, but this gotta be the best song on here. But it's basically her saying, I keep on falling for you time after time. Because just saying, like, you're my soulmate. Your soul always finds mine. Even when our outers change, our innards, that sounded really stupid. Even though our, like, genetic makeup and our physical appearances change, our souls are forever linked. And I always find you. And I'll always try to find you. And it's just such a sweet to have such an emotional connection. And just the thought of having a soulmate is just such a sweet, tender thought to me. And I've always been in love with that idea. But yeah, I just like how, I remember the one lyric I really like is like, I lost you in the dark times. It's like we were lovers in like sometimes she'll talk about, like there's one line where she's like, I love your blue eyes. Like maybe one time in our past lives you were one of my wives. Just kind of pondering her past lives, thinking about, because it sounds here like she's aware of what her past life was. And here she's just thinking to herself, is this the same soul that I keep meeting over and over again? Unfortunately, she does bring up a time where she lost that lover in one time. I think it was in the dark something. I thought it was in the dark times. But I lost you in the... I think I lost you in the Ice Age. Oh, I think it was Ice Age. You have to... And it's just like, I travel just for you, babe, just to see your face. But I keep on falling for you. Time after time, I'll make you mine. Time after time. It's beautiful. This is one of Kesha's best songs, just off the premises. It's just such a sweet idea. I am in love with this idea. I cannot deny how much I love this idea. But that's all I got here for songs, and for the albums I haven't heard. Not a lot of stuff I cared about released this month, but I just found out when I looked at the release chart for this month that Lady Gaga dropped the soundtrack, or her parts of the Harley Quinn. And it's called the Harley Quinn, the Joker movie, which I've seen doesn't have great reviews, but I do want to check this out. It is called Harley Quinn because that's who she plays. I'm just curious. I want to hear. I love Harley Quinn, as you can tell right here. But I want to see the music she's crafted for her character. I'm very curious about that. I want to see how she deciphers and how she details, or how she sees through Harley. I want to see this. I want to see inside Harley's mind, musically, sonically, please. That's all I got for you guys today. Hit the 20-minute mark. I thought this wasn't going to take long. Editing? This will be shorter, though. Don't you worry. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you check out this music and tell me your top stuff of the month if you like. Or tell me if I helped you check out a new song. You know, I love to help. I can yap about music all day. Today, it's pretty hot though. So maybe I wasn't as yappy as I usually am. And my brain is a little more fried because of the heat. But I got through it. Hey, and maybe I will upload another video this month. I've been slacking. Only one a month, but maybe this month, this might be it, guys. Just maybe. If I'm motivated enough, this will be it. But bye, guys.